This is the ISUPK. Started out at 125th Street, Harlem, New York. 1 West, that is, under Commander General Yohana. This is the ISUPK Monday night history class. Monday night breakdown class with scriptures. I am priest and officer Zabak Yasharawa. And tonight's topic is police brutality. The history of police brutality. You know, this right here is a topic that it's a touchy topic, especially if you are so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child. You know, because one thing, you know, when you think about it, police officers, you know, think of them like to serve and protect. But today, they patrolling and controlling. And we ain't gonna forget about them killing, because that's at an all-time high. But, you know, to me, as I look at these police officers and all throughout the United States, you know, they like a major gang. And we support these gangs, unwillingly knowing. I mean, and so many, I'm gonna just say this. The Ku Klux Klan has infiltrated into the police task force heavily. I mean, they has like taken over. But you know, police officers, they are some corrupt people. And it's just crazy just how everybody can get protected except for us. And you know, our own peoples, we should have like so-called Black police officers, Hispanic, Native American, Indians, men and women controlling their own peoples, instead of having our oppressors coming into our neighborhoods and really don't know how to deal with us as a people, you know, because they coming with one thing on their mind, you know.
And if I could real quick, what you're saying is heavy, because one crazy thing about it is we do have Black police officers. And it doesn't really change the police brutality because we have Black police officers. You know what I'm saying? We also have Black women police officers, which they should be their ass at home anyway. They can biscuit some scratch if they knew how to do any goddamn thing.
Right.
For real. But the crazy thing about it is we do have Black police officers, but that doesn't change the police brutality on Black and Hispanic and Native First Nation people. You know what I'm saying? Now, the white police officers, they beat the hell out of white people. They beat the hell out of Black people, beat the hell out of Mexicans, everybody. You know what I'm saying? But the Mexican police officers, they beat the hell out of Mexicans. They don't beat the hell out of and Black people. They don't beat the hell out of white people though.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Black police officers, they'll beat the hell out of Black people and Mexicans, but they won't beat the hell out of white people.
And they not.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem, because we always talk about how we say we need all these things, but we get them and nothing changes.
Right.
We say we need black people in political offices. We get it, nothing changes.
Right.
We say, we need a Black president. Y'all claim Obama was a Black president, but he did nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? So he like all these things that we keep saying that we need Black people in this position, in that position. It still does nothing for the Blacks and Hispanics that's living in poverty. Because we still in poverty. We still at the bottom. We still getting killed by police. So
right.
what has that changed, putting these people in the position that they're in?
Right. Right. And you know, with that being said, when you our so-called Black, Hispanic, and First Nation men and women police officers, when they look at us, they looking at us through the eyes of our oppressors. They're not really looking at us as these are my people. Because when they get around they so-called co-workers, their co-workers have coerced them into looking at us the way that they look at us. And they will keep them away from their people, but they'll keep the focus on us. I mean, keep the focus on us to the point that it really don't make no sense. And then I'm gonna say this here. If you're a so-called black, Hispanic, American man and woman and you are on a police force, something is wrong with you if you is still on the force and you is seeing what's going on today. Even if you say you don't know the history, you don't know the history because you don't want to take the time out to research. But what's going on today, it don't make no sense. I mean, it's pathetic, it's pitiful, disgusting. I don't know how to live with yourself, knowing that what is going on and you don't say anything. You just go to work and you just, like I be hearing some people say when I be on the slave, I just work here. And that's what y'all do. Y'all fall up under that. Y'all fall up under that banner.
The blue code of silence.
Yes. All the way live, blue code of silence. And y'all being silenced, because y'all scared. Y'all are scared. Y'all scared to say something. You scared of your co-workers, who y'all like to call your peers. Well, I ain't even gonna say peers. Y'all just scared of y'all co-workers. Y'all just scared point blank. Y'all just scared to even say anything because y'all know that these people will come and get at you. They're gonna have something to say. They're gonna have something to say. And you just go about your business. Well, I'm gonna do what I gotta do and things of that nature. And you ain't really doing nothing. You ain't really doing nothing. You just doing enough just to keep them from looking at you. Because if you do say something, then you might be sitting at, if you out in the field, you might be sitting at a desk. Or might have you checking meters or something, something stupid. But it's crazy. It's crazy that you have to live like that, knowing that you might be a voice of reason. Knowing that you're in a position to do something, but you don't do nothing. You just, I don't even know how you can live with yourself knowing that you call yourself a so-called police officer and you see what's going on. I mean, shit is crazy. It really don't make no sense, none whatsoever. And as a so-called black, Hispanic, Native American man and woman, especially the men, we live in a society where, set aside from what's going on in the household, we don't even know if we're going to make it back home when we do leave the house. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Because you get a traffic stop or cop stop you, you don't know the outcome. You don't know the outcome. You don't know what he went through or how he feeling. But a lot of these cops, they got murder on their mind, point blank. They have murder on their mind. It's no way around that.
All right, one crazy thing about that is because what you're saying is heavy. Because my real uncle was in the army, right? He had to go over there to Afghanistan and all that to go, they in the actual war over there. And there's more protocol to fight back in war than it is for police officers on the street.
Right.
All the police officers on the street got to say is they felt threatened,
Right.
and then they can use violent action.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if that was something over there in Iraq where you was actually at war, you know what I'm saying? That you court-martialed you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's an act of act of war. You know that's like a criminal act. You know what I'm saying? You getting court-martialed. You going to jail.
Yeah.
Like you finna be in a big shit for firing a shot over there without having the approval of your superior, who got to get the approval from their superior, who got to get approval from their superior. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like on the street, the police officers literally had to feel like all they had to say is their life was in danger, they felt threatened, and they can kill somebody.
And they're gonna get backed up. They're gonna get backed up from the chief of police on down.
And see, what's crazy about it is when I was reading, because I know you finna get into it, them reports from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Like all your like news lines is sympathetic. Oh, he didn't deserve that. The police were wrong and blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But if it had been white police officer that did that, they would have went to he was resisting arrest. Right. We gotta wait till the investigation is over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All that nonsense. But when it's murder, either way you look at it. You know what I'm saying? And then them black police officers, that's worse than the white police officers, because at least when it's white police officers, you know who your goddamn enemy is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now you got your black officers that gotta prove they white officers, and you know what I'm saying? It's like it's all free for all on killing black people.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I was saying. It's a free for all, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse. I mean, it's getting to the point that they're really trying to extinct the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American men. And it doesn't matter what age. It doesn't matter what age group. It doesn't matter. What time of the day, month, they gunning for us. They gunning for us. I mean, they really is gunning for us. And here recently, I think it was like incident happened in Memphis. I want to say Saturday?
It was like last week, yeah.
Saturday. Tyron Nichols, young brother. It's my gang. I'm gonna say it like that. He got jumped my gang. Police gang jumped him. And did that to the young brother. And I kind of checked the video out. A couple of them police officers, they had some size on them. And, it's brothers fearing for their life because they seeing what's going on. And they didn't have no sympathy for this brother. None. And it didn't make no sense because y'all, even though y'all police officers, when y'all looked at him, y'all should have seen y'all in him. Not looking at him like...
Now, just to piggyback off that, I believe a couple of them officers was so-called black fraternity. You know what I'm saying? They was in black fraternities. And they said that the black fraternities is all about black people, support black people, you know what I'm saying? Uplifting black people. You know what I'm saying? They showed one picture on Facebook where one of the ones that was beating the hell out of him had his alma mater, or not the alma mater, but the fraternity bracelet on his wrist while he beating the hell out of that dude.
And them fraternities though, they ran by, our oppressor.
Yeah.
And they conform to their ways.
Yeah, most definitely.
And by conforming to their ways in them fraternities, you still under them.
Omega Psi Phi. That's why I'm Omega Psi Phi. That's a black fraternity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, not Q dog. It's Omega Psi Phi.
Yeah.
That's a black fraternity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be for uplifting black people, supporting black people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like this supposed to be for black people. You know what I'm saying? And one of these officers, I think at one time he was like the president of the fraternity. Which we know the fraternities, they Greek and that's not black culture anyway. They're taking it to Greek philosophy and things like that. But the point I'm trying to get at is the fraternity is supposed to be for black people, support and uplift black people.
Yeah.
But you become a police officer and you decide you want to beat the hell out of a black person and kill him. You and 5 other people kill him.
Yeah.
I heard of five police officers, two EMTs, and it was a bunch of people. Like, y'all had no sympathy, no brotherhood, no anything for you know what I'm saying, for this brother. No, knowing what goes on in the world with police killings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What goes on in the city of Memphis with killings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all I was watching some of the videos too. You know what I'm saying? They beating the hell out of him, twisting his arms, pushing him on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, your body instinct is to react to that.
Yeah.
He's even telling them, all right, I'm getting down. And they trying to be more physical and more, you know what I'm saying, do more bodily damage. You know what I'm saying? While you're doing that just, your mind tells you, I got to get out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like reaction. Like, that's somebody putting their knee on your neck and telling you, you know what I'm saying, to get down. Bitch, I'm down.
Yeah.
You got your knee on my neck. I'm down. How far do you want me to go?
Yeah, that's crazy. And they, you know, no sympathy, none whatsoever. You know, it's like, I don't know, they just had that on their mind, targeting whoever. But the whoever is God chosen, because they're not going to take that. They're not going to take that in the suburbs. They're not going to take that to, how can I say it the way it can really be understood? They're not going to take it to Caucasians. They're not going to take it. They're not going to select it. They're not going to take it to the oppressor. And they was programmed for that, because at the end of the day, the chief of police, if you go to the oppressor, your chief of police gonna call you in, gonna sit you down. You're gonna get questioned. You're gonna get questioned. You're gonna get questioned. And 9 times out of 10, one of the questions might be like this right here. Why you wasn't in the so-called hood? Why you didn't go over here, but you went over there? And, you know, but I just don't get it. That's why I take my hat off to I want to say General Hazayan.
General Hazayan.
Hazayan, because hearing him talk, he was a police officer. He was a police officer, and I have heard some of his stories. And from just watching, Black Watch, and he said he just couldn't go through with it no more. And now look at it, serving the Most High. He's serving the Most High. Like, the Most High just called him out of it. And, I take my hat off. to my Audubon. For real. But as I look at these brothers and sisters, like, y'all is sickening. Y'all is sickening. I don't even know how y'all can live with yourself, seeing what's going on, and then no. But I'm gonna touch on a couple scriptures. It say so-called blacks, Hispanics, or Native Americans. Like I say, they don't want to talk about this. But I'm gonna go back in time because even during slavery, we had police officers. We had police officers during slavery. And this is how far it goes back. This is how far it goes back. 400 plus years, longer than that.
Hey, Salaki, if I could real quick, I remember watching this one movie. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a white slave catcher who had a slave that he had out there catching black people with him. And this one runaway, you know what I'm saying? He actually probably could have got away if it wasn't for that nigga who caught him. And then while they was putting a rope on his neck, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, you the reason why I'm caught, nigga. It's your fault.
I know.
You know what movie I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember the name of it.
That was on Roots.
Was that Roots?
That was on Roots.
Okay, yeah, he was talking about how I could have got away if it wasn't for you, nigga.
For you, man.
And you know what I'm saying? And then all the meanwhile, he looking at him like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, we not the same. Master treat me good.
And he told him before they hung him, he said, you still a nigga.
Yeah, you still a nigga. Yeah. I remember seeing, I'm like, that's heavy. And that's really all I can think about with them 5 police officers that did that to this brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all did that to this brother like y'all still ain't niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they not finna throw the book at y'all. Like they not finna treat you like niggas now. And what's happened? Y'all lose your job. Y'all get charged. Y'all went to jail. You know what I'm saying? When white police officers do it, they get administrative leave and the investigation goes on. Yeah. And then after investigation, whatever they investigated, you know what I'm saying? They either get their job back or they get a charge.
Some of them haven't got some of them have got off.
Most of them got off.
Yeah.
Not like 95% of them get off.
Yeah.
But even the white woman in I believe it was Dallas, Texas, who shot their brother in his house. Who was sitting on his couch eating ice cream, she got administrative leave.
Yeah.
They did a little investigation, then they charged her after the investigation. She lost her job, and then they charged her. There wasn't no investigation. Y'all niggas got treated like niggas. Y'all got fired automatically.
Yeah.
But y'all thought y'all was in there with the white people. Y'all thought y'all was like y'all thought y'all was in there with the oppressor. Y'all thought y'all was on the same level as the oppressor. But the oppressor showed you again that you still a nigga.
You still,
You get your black ass in the back of the bus with the rest of the niggas.
That's right. That's right. You can't do what they do because you was not them. And you gonna get the reward of your hands. Thus saith the Most High. But to show you that this goes all the way back to slavery. Let me get Deuteronomy 28:41. This goes back. This goes back even when they was enslaving us, bringing us over here to America, so-called America. Well, America. When they was bringing us over here, putting us in chains, holding us captive. And it's it. You got it?
Yeah, got it. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, and thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
That's right. And to me, that's like twofold. That happened back then and it's going on today. Because when you go into courthouses, when you go into court and your mother is sitting up in there, the average so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American male, when you go to court, you go into court with your mother. It might be your mother, baby mom, and she looking at you. And there's nothing that she can do. There's nothing that she can do. And 9 times out of 10, she done did her part. You know, she done raised you right from wrong. She done raised you right from wrong.
If you're lucky. If you're lucky.
Yeah. Because the way they doing us now, killing us with no remorse.
Because everybody that's locked up in jail right now had a single mother.
Yeah.
At least not like 90% of them had a single mother.
Yeah.
I'm saying all these women that swear men ain't shit, they all grew up with a single mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of the single mothers, that's what's helped destroy us as a black people. You know what I'm saying? Because before integration, it was a 2-family household. The father in the house keeps the sons out of jail and keeps their daughters off the stripper pole.
Right. And it was more structured. It was way more structured. And back then you had police officers that was more on a patrolling type tip. You know, they was looking out more for the community. It wasn't, you will see like one cop by himself, and he'll control a large area where it was so-called blacks. You'll see an Hispanic, he'll control an area to where it was more his people, well, our people. But you get what I'm saying. Let me be a little bit more specific. You had a Puerto Rican cop, he was patrolling more Puerto Rican area. So you had Native American Indian patrolling more of that area. So it wasn't like what you seeing today, like how you got like 3-4 cops and they running up. It wasn't really like, nah, because I'm of a certain age and I can go off what I was seeing.
Yeah, if I could real quick, a lot of that came in the 80s when after they pushed the government pushed the drugs into the black and Hispanic communities. Yeah. Then they started the war on drugs, and then they also militarized the police departments. You know what I'm saying? And then they put, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when you get the over policing of black neighborhoods. Yeah. And Hispanic neighborhoods. Yeah.
And
but that went until after integration.
Right.
That's what Martin Luther King did for us.
R.G. Mike. Yeah, you know, he did.
This is what the Christian church did for us. You know what I'm saying? Because the Christian church is the one that begged for the police, begged for this and begged for that. Yeah. This was the politicians, the ones that begged for this. You know what I'm saying? It was Joe Biden that wrote the bill. Your president today is the one that wrote the bill back in the 80s.
Mm. And now look.
And now you ain't black if you ain't vote for him. And guess what? Black people ate it up.
Yeah.
Ate it up. I guess forgot all about him writing them crime bills. The three strike laws and all that Clinton passed in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? That was Joe Biden that wrote them bills. Or helped write them bills. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I had I want to get into an article. I sent you. I think I sent you. It doesn't matter which one you. It doesn't matter which one you touch on. But the way things going now, you know, it's not gonna get no better.
I don't know what's going on my phone. It won't let me go into it.
Yeah, you're right, Howard Moore. Say Joe Biden 94 crime bill. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, let me see it.
You're right. And this the effect of it. Because when he wrote that crime bill back then, this is the result of it now. Him writing that crime bill, he must have wrote that in blood. Because that's the result of it. That is the result of it. We are dying like there's no tomorrow. And set aside from black on, we got our black on black crime. We know where that come from, thanks to our oppressor. You got these cops that are coming into our neighborhoods. They don't have no sit down. They don't have no talking. They only come with one agenda. It's like they come to seek, kill, and destroy. And and they doing it. And they doing it. It's sad, but it's sickening at the same time.
It's not even letting me get in on yours.
If you go out of it, my code like 1987. Like you press the button on the side. Coming to the regular screen. And going to the messenger.
Still not letting me do it.
Yeah, you was on it.
It won't let me click on it though. The story won't let me click on the story.
Wow. All right. Come back on some of these scriptures.
You don't want to?
Huh?
You can't get into it?
I can't.
It won't let me do it neither.
Yeah, I try to tap on it. It won't let me. It won't let me do it. There's some kind of phone here. Yeah, it won't. Yeah. I mean, I'm.
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right, come.
This Smithsonian Magazine, The Long Painful History of the Police Brutality in the U.S. A 1963 protest placard in the Smithsonian collection could almost be mistaken for any of the Black Lives Matter march to date. Alabama State Trooper swings his baton at the head of a then 25-year-old Congressman John Lewis on March 7, 1965. In 2017, Smithsonian covered the history of police brutality upon the protests over the verdict in the Philando Castile murder case. With the Twin Cities once again under national spotlight after the killing of George Floyd, we revisit the subject matter below. Last month, I was after an injury acquitted, after a jury acquitted former police officer Geronimo Yanez of manslaughter in the shooting death of 32-year-old Philando Castile. Protesters in St. Paul, Minnesota shut down Interstate 94. And see, that's crazy. So, like, if I could, that's crazy because that police officer that shot that man in the car, that was the one that shot the man in the car in front of his wife and kid. The one that had a concealed carry license. And the police, he told the police that because he was supposed to, that's the law. You got to let them know, hey, I got a concealed carry license. The police officer asked, "Well, do you have a weapon on you?" He said yes, which he's supposed to do. Right. It's the law. You know what I'm saying? And then He said, well, let me see it. He goes to get his car. Police officer shot him. He said he feared for his life.
Right.
He didn't know if he was going for the gun or not. But you just asked him to get his card and show you his card.
And he told you.
And he told you he had the weapon. And
right.
So why is he gonna go for a weapon he just told you he had, and he got a license to carry it?
Right.
And then, like you were saying at the beginning, 95% of these officers, they get off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All they got to do is say they fear for their life.
Yes. Yes.
And one thing about they saying about this one in Memphis where the black police officers were beating the hell out of this black dude, they said, well, there's video footage of it. Well, there's video footage of that too.
Yeah.
Clear cut. There was video footage of what's the brother name that got choked out? Eric Gardner. There was video footage of that too.
Right.
Guess what? That police officer went off. But guess who went to jail? The person that video recorded it. Wow. So he got a couple years. He got a couple years for videotaping it.
They probably, Salaki, if I may, they probably saying that he was interfering with police work.
I wouldn't give a damn what they were saying.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? There was video recording of this man choking this man using an illegal chokehold. And the chokehold is illegal. You use the illegal chokehold to choke a man out, killed him. But the person who went to jail was the person that video recorded it.
He had nothing to do with it.
He had nothing to do with it. And even in those,
damn.
And even like that's the same scenario. You know what I'm saying? They're saying with these black police officers where this video footage showing clear-cut murder. Well, this video cases, a bunch of video cases where they're showing clear-cut murder, but yet these white police officers get administrative leave, and then after the investigation, that's when they decide that they want to file charges or not.
Yeah, they are.
It's
crazy.
Are you niggas out there thinking that you integrated into white society and you got the same rights as your oppressor do?
No.
You better think again.
That's right.
You still a nigga.
That's right.
I don't care how white you think you are, you still a nigga.
And they will show you.
And they will show you. You still a nigga.
They will show you.
Nah, that was heavy with this right here. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's the same thing.
Yeah.
It was video cameras. There was video footage of that.
Yes.
And he got shot in front of his wife and his baby girl in the back seat, daughter in the back seat.
And why would he act out knowing that these people is in the car with him?
And just think what that's gonna do to his daughter.
Yeah.
What think of the type of mental, you know what I'm saying? The PTSD. What type of PTSD she gonna have behind seeing a police officer shoot her father in front of her? Her mother up in the front crying, and she got to tell her mother, it's gonna be okay. You remember the video?
Yeah.
And baby in the back tell her mom it's gonna be okay.
That's like PTSD to the 10th power. To the 10th power. And hey, it's just a thing that they get away with, man. You know?
Yeah, it's crazy. Continue reading. With signs that read Black Lives Matter and no justice, no peace. If I could touch on that real quick. No justice, no peace. That was back in the 90s with when the police beat up Rodney King.
Rodney King, yeah.
Remember that's when that slogan came out, no justice, no peace. Go 30 years prior to that, it was Am I Not a Man? And then you go 30 years from the 90s to now, it's Black Lives Matter. So every 30 years, the slogan changes, but nothing else does.
Nothing. And nothing comes out of it. Only thing come out of it, they just changing the slogan.
That's it.
They just changing the slogan.
Change the slogan, but we still get shot. We still get killed by police. And the crazy part about it is we even got more people in public office. You said we needed people in public office, we got them. We still dying. You said we need more black police officers, we got them. Now they're killing us too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And every 30 years, the slogan changes, but nothing else does. That's what Martin Luther King done for us. That's what the Christian church has done for us. That's what the Christian philosophy has done for us.
Don't forget the marching.
The marching.
Still marching.
Still marching.
One thing about the marching, They just take a little different routes now. But y'all still like.
The channel Philando rang out as they marched down the highway in the dark of the night. So they marching down highways, trying to shut down highways. Like, it's nighttime. Somebody could run your ass over. Like, what are you thinking? One. And then two, what do you think shutting down this highway is going to do at nighttime?
Number cause more casualty. At nighttime, cause more casualty.
It doesn't make no sense.
Nah, none whatsoever.
The scene was familiar. A year earlier, massive protests had erupted when Yanez killed Castile after pulling him over for a broken taillight. Dashcam footage showed Yanez firing through an open window of Castile's car seconds after Castile disclosed that he owned and was licensed to carry a concealed weapon. A respected school nutritionist, Castile was one of 233 African Americans shot and killed by police in 2016. A startling number when demographics are considered. African Americans make up 13% of the U.S. population, but account for 24% of police fatalities shot by police. According to the Washington Post, blacks are 2.5 times as likely as white Americans to be shot and killed by police officers. Today's stories are anything but a recent phenomenon. A cardboard place card in the collection of the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture, and on view of the new exhibition, More Than a Picture, underscore that reality. And that picture that they're talking about right here says, "We demand an end to police brutality now." The yellowing. What you gonna say?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Go ahead.
And that don't get you nowhere. That don't get you nowhere. The protesting, the this and that, and the third. It's like people, when something happens, they'll come together, but you won't come together to serve God, to get out of what we're going through. But y'all will come together thinking that it's for the sake of good, when it's not. Because we done been coming together for so many years and nothing is still the same.
And the crazy part about it is the oppressor tell you you got a peaceful protest to make change. You got a peaceful protest to make change. Well, when the oppressor was under slavery to Great Britain, guess what the oppressor did? The oppressor went to war.
Went to war and killed for theirs.
You know what I'm saying?
And when
the people ran into the Muslims ran into the Twin Towers, there wasn't no peaceful protest behind that.
Nah.
They went to war. But yet they still steadily telling you got a peaceful protest. Now, I'm not advocating go to war because you don't have the guns, the power, or the backup or anything, you know what I'm saying, to the food supplies or the water supply, none of that to actually go to war. But one thing you can do is join your brothers in the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohana.
That's right.
That's one thing you can do. You know what I'm saying? You can stop spending your money with the white people and these oppressors, and you know what I'm saying, powering them, when you can pay your tithes to Commander General Yohana.
That's right. That's right.
That actually helps black people.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if that was one of the ISUPK, somebody in the ISUPK that got shot by police or got killed by police, Hey, Commander Hunter ain't gonna play that.
Right.
He ain't. Nah, it ain't going down like that.
Right. Right. And these people, the ISUPK and the Commander Junior Hunter, y'all know about us. But y'all will march here and there, but won't come and get in the ISUPK and the Commander Junior Hunter.
Tell us we crazy in the cult.
We home of the truth. Y'all look at us because we serve the nigga God. And we serve him in truth. But y'all want to sit and keep RG Mike thing going on. Y'all want to come together when somebody, when something goes on. And we've been doing this since way back when. It ain't nothing happening. But here in the ISUPK and the Commander Junior Hunter, we're going to keep serving the Most High. We coming up out of this. We coming up out of this. And when I say we, I mean in the ISUPK and the Commander Junior Hunter. I pray y'all understand. Pray y'all understand. Because in here, under Commander Junior Hunter, we serving the Most High. We serving the Most High. So, y'all do what y'all do. But the time is now. The time is drawing near. You don't know the day or the hour. So, got to make your mind up. If not now, when? I'm just leave it on that note. You got some more out of one?
The yellow sign is a reminder of the continuous oppression and violence that has disproportionately shaken Black communities for generations. We demand to end the police brutality now. Is painted in red and white letters. The message after 50 years is still unresolved, remarks Samuel Egerton, a college professor who donated the poster to the museum. He carried it in protest during the 1963 March on Washington. 5 decades later, the poster's message ring armingly timely. Were it not for the yellowed edges and place card could almost be mistaken for a sign from the Black Lives Matter march of the past 3 years. So this college professor had this sign back in 1963, marching with Martin Luther King. And we still facing the same things, 60 years later? Going on 60 years later, we facing the same thing.
Same thing.
63 years later.
Mm. You want to drop that? I'm getting into some scriptures.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yo, set aside from our presence killing us. Y'all take us to court and y'all be giving us life sentences for BS. So if y'all ain't killing us in the streets, y'all killing us slowly through penitentiary and prison time. But y'all some wicked people. Y'all some wicked people. Y'all have wicked thoughts. But because when it comes to God's chosen people, being in captivity, our oppressors, they don't care. Let me get Deuteronomy 28:50. And when I say they don't care, I mean God's saying it best through his own words, through the scriptures. Because these people do not have no remorse, especially for God's chosen people. None whatsoever. They could care less, as long as they get to keep their pride going on, keep their arrogance going on, just keep doing what they do. And they love what they do.
If I could, I'm gonna start at 48 and read through. You said 50, right? I'm gonna start at 48 and read through 50. Therefore, this book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore, shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Right. And that is what they're doing. They are destroying us. They are destroying us like it's no they are destroying us like it's no tomorrow. I'm talking about for no reason, for no cause, no nothing. They are destroying us. And let me in the Apocrypha,
hold on, let me I didn't even get to the verse you wanted yet. You know what I'm saying? But the heavy part about that verse is it says, therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies. It didn't say you're gonna serve your equals. It didn't say you're gonna serve this oppressor and then he's gonna look at you as equal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We forgot who the enemy was.
Yeah.
That's number one. We forgot who the enemy was. And then it said which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. Whenever we hungry, where we gotta go? We gotta go to the oppressor. They stole all of our sharecropping fields, farms, and land and everything like that. They stole that. Land. They stole the whole land from the First Nation people.
The whole land.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to go to them for if we're hungry and thirst. You know what I'm saying? We don't own any water manufacturers or anything to produce water or anything like that. So we got to go to the oppressor for water. Whenever we want clothes. You know what I'm saying? We got to go to the oppressor for clothes. Right. You know what I'm saying? Before integration, we had our own everything. Right. We had water supplies, food supplies, farms. You know what I'm saying? Black businesses that sold clothes, but all them went away thanks to Martin Luther King and integration. Right. You know what I'm saying? They all went out of business, and then one of all things. So whenever we want to do anything or have anything, we got to go to our oppressor to get that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? We had Black Wall Streets all over America. Right. Oklahoma, Tennessee, Dallas, Raleigh, North Carolina, right. Rosewood, Florida, Harlem, New York, Chicago. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like we had Negro towns everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And flourishing, and the oppressor destroyed every one of them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Why? And then we talk about these blacks talk about, well, why we don't do that today? Shit. We discouraged. We can't do it. We lost our pride in anything. And then the rich black people, they don't support us. The people that you say we needed to put in office don't support us. No. The police department don't support us. No. The police, you know what I'm saying? The people you said we need people in all these places, and they don't support us. So that's why we don't have it today. Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flight. You know what I'm saying? The oppressors ain't from here. Nah. They from the Caucasus Mountains of Russia. Right. They not from here. You know what I'm saying? And what's the nation's bird? The eagle. The eagle. Look at the dollar bill. It's the dollar bill. It's the eagle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. We didn't speak no goddamn English. We didn't speak that shit. That's the hardest language to learn. Right. It is. You know what I'm saying? And here's a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Right. Because they was locking just as well as they was locking the young, they was locking the old. And they ain't show no favor, none whatsoever. And that's still to this day. That's still to this day. But I'm going to tell you, when I was in the world, I'm going to say this real quick.
I was young. I was wild in my ways. I was in my 20s. I seen a blind man get locked up. A blind man. Listen, a blind man. Matter of fact, me and him was in the same cell. Same cell, man. They said that the man tried to fight his mom, his mother. Like, come on. But at first they said that he robbed a liquor store. You know, the oppressors being funny, making a joke out of it while they was booking him in. So when I got to talking to him, he was like, you know, he had a loud voice, so he was talking loud to his mother. Somebody heard it outside, called the cops on him, and I was like, hold up. I said, hold up, man. I said, regardless if you talking loud, man, I'm like, if they heard you like 3-4 blocks over, they still locked you up. Yo, that's when and this was in the 90s when this happened. This was in the 90s with this man. And I was like, wow. I say, that's crazy. But let me get Baruch in the Apocrypha, chapter 4, verse 15 through 16. And, you know, that kind of like blew my mind. And right then I kind of sat back to myself and I said to myself, I said, yo, I said, man, I said, you got to stop, man. I said, they didn't lock the blind man up. And this, you know, this man, he had felt, you know, he said he felt some kind of way because his mother, he had wanted his mother to do something and she didn't do it. But then I was like, I asked him, I said, you know, did you like try to put your hands on your mother? Man just looked at me, he said, man, if I tried, I couldn't see to do it.
Damn.
He said, man, I couldn't see to do it, man. I was like, yo, man. I say, so they didn't, I say, was it your mother's decision to have you locked up? He was like, nah. He said, they came in, they was talking, and he said, it was more so the cops. He said, my mom told him, say, you know, but it's a so-called black man. But I was too young to understand it. But I understand it more now.
Okay. So the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 15. For he hath brought a nation upon them from afar, a shameless nation, and a strange language, of a strange language, who neither reverence old man nor pity child.
See, and a shameless nation. They don't have no shame. They don't have no shame for what they do. None whatsoever, even down to this day. And they run the penal system is like a monopoly system. The more the merrier to them. Because the more you lock up, the more heads get locked up, that's more money. That's more money to them. And they don't care. They don't care. I done been incarcerated with cats that was in wheelchairs too. So they don't, they don't care. They gonna get you. They gonna get you in there one way or other.
Verse 16. These have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow and left her that was alone, desolate, without daughters.
There you go. Back to the widow. Mother that is on her own. Raising a single child. And, you know, you people, they could care less. They care less. Because if they can't get you in the streets, they gonna get you in the penal system. And when they get you in the penal system, they throwing like football numbers at you. 45 here, 30 here, 25 here, 15 to life here, things of that nature. And set aside from them taking us into captivity, they impose sentences on us that last forever. Let me get Jeremiah 50 and verse 33. And they make it, they giving you these sentences for crimes that really don't make no sense. And then, they hit you with a little public defender. I like to call them public pretenders. These people don't do nothing for you. They talk you into, how can I say this? I can't even think of the word. Getting you to plead to the case that you got going on. But that's not the word I'm really looking for. And public defender just come and, he's not even the voice of reason. He just go talk to the judge and he just tell the judge that, he gonna plead to the case. That's why the judge, the first thing he asked you, did anybody promise you anything? Was you forced to say this? Things of that nature. So they have you copping out to a plea.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go.
Yeah, because when they get you incarcerated, they locking you up for a long time. And one thing about when they started coming out with their DNA, they was letting so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American men, mainly the men, they was coming out from doing like 40 years, over 30 years, day for day, for crimes that they didn't even do. So you mean to tell me when they was coming out with the DNA and the oppressor, the ones came out with the DNA. So the DNA just came back and told the truth on a lie that you imposed in the beginning. Because you lied, didn't have no type of evidence, and you just trying to close the case. Boom. And let me see. It's a good thing that they came out with the DNA. Because that frees some, but not all. Okay, and they said that the police had it out for God's chosen people to the point that they had it out for us to the point that we can't do this. So when you look at, let me get Lamentations chapter 5, verse 17 through 18. So, even with today, certain things as a so-called black, Hispanic, Native American man and woman, even out to the kids, kids get a certain age. There's certain things that you can do and you can't do according to their law. And we in a society now where God's chosen people, we going through it. But that's why it is so beneficial for you to get into the ISUPK and Commander Jimmy Hunter, for you to come back and serve our God, for you to come back and serve the nigga God that is of the Bible, and leave these other nations alone. Because we coming up out of this. All we got to do is stay focused, stay grounded, and we're going to serve the Most High. We coming up out of this.
sure you want chapter 5?
Lamentations 5, 17 through 18.
It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 5, verse 17. For this our heart is faint, for these things our eyes are dim. Chapter 17.
All right, going to 18.
Verse 18. Because of mountain of Zion, which is desolate, and foxes walk upon it. I think you want chapter 4. You want to ask for us, our eyes that fail?
Yes.
That's chapter 4.
Out of 1, you were so right, Salaki. Yeah. Chapter 4, verse 17 through 18. Yeah.
It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Yeah, because we looked upon our oppressors to save us. We looked upon people that was over us to save us, and it's to the point now that if you can't see what's going on, either you slow to the fact of what's going on or you in on it. Because it's no way that you could sit and fix your mouth and say all people is not messed up. Because like I said before, for the ones that's not saying nothing, they just as bad as the one that's doing it. They are just as bad. All right.
Verse 18, they hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
Yeah, they hunt us down. Like we have become the prey. Salaki. We have become the prey and they are the predator. And they are preying on us like there's no tomorrow. For the least little thing. For the least little thing that we do. They coming at us. I'm talking about we can't even go in the streets. We can't even.
So if I could real quick, the dude that just got killed in Memphis, it was for over a traffic violation. I'm saying I've never known a traffic violation to end up as a death sentence.
Yeah, right.
Like most of these killings have been over traffic stops.
Right.
Eric Garner got killed over selling loose cigarettes, allegedly. We'll never know because he never got his day in court.
Right.
Eric Botham Jean or whatever. What's the name that was in Dallas who got shot on his couch eating ice cream? He was at home. He didn't do a goddamn thing.
Right. Nothing. Eating ice cream. Watching TV.
I'm gonna read 19 too. Verse 19. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagle of the heavens. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. And what's heavy about that is, you know what I'm saying, again, the swifter than the eagle of heaven.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These so-called oppressors, they got a hard on for the bald eagle. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like a bald eagle, it stalks its prey in the sky. And then when it finds it, it swoops down, gets it, picks it up, takes it in the air, kills it,
right,
eats it. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what these oppressors do for us. When it says they pursued us in the mountains, because again, they're not from here.
Right.
They're from the Caucasus Mountains of Russia. That's where the term Caucasians come from. They come from the Caucasus Mountains. They was up in the mountains. We had all this good land. You know what I'm saying? They lay wait for us in the wilderness, and that's exactly what they do. They lay wait for us, and they can't wait to swoop down like an eagle and you know what I'm saying, kill their prey.
And every moment they get the seeds, they take advantage of it. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. when we say the Caucasus Mountains, I'm gonna tell you what Caucasian means. Caucasian means cave dwellers. Say it again. Caucasian means cave dwellers. Okay. There even have been a lot of cases where police officers have murdered God's chosen people, and this was the end result. Let me get Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. And I'm gonna touch on the story. This happened in New York. Sean Bell got shot down the night before he was supposed to have his wedding. Notice I'm saying wedding and not marriage. Because here in the ISUPK, the Commander General Hunter, we know the difference between a marriage and a wedding. So he was going to his wedding, but some of his friends, they all went like to a little strip club. Dude got gunned down by police officers. They thought that supposedly some dudes that he was with, they said that they was in the club selling narcotics. But if that was the case, why y'all ain't approach him in the strip club? Y'all wait till they get out. Y'all in plain clothes. Y'all don't even announce yourself. Boom. Y'all ain't see no gun, no nothing. Y'all shoot dude down, and y'all get off. Got off. And celebrated. Right.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5, who possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
And they won't even hold themselves accountable. They won't even hold themselves guilty. They won't come forth and say, listen, I'm the one did it. And when they say they shepherds pity them not, they're just talking about our leaders. Our leaders won't even step forward and do this and, like really step up and be a voice of reason, be a mouthpiece for what's going on with our peoples. They just sit back and because they don't want to lose their position. And at the end of the day, you're still a slave. You're still a slave. I don't care what position you hold. Because at the end of the day, you step out of line, your oppressor gonna let you know who you are. And he is not gonna forget to tell you who you are. They say, but our oppressor, as police officers, have never had love for or compassion for God's chosen people. Let me get, with that being said, let me get Ezekiel 35:5.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time of their iniquity had an end.
Yeah, because even though we're going through what we're going through, y'all still killing us. Y'all still killing us. And y'all don't show no remorse, no sympathy for that. They say, well, the Most High said it best with this.
If I could real quick, calamity means an event causing great or often sudden damage or distress, a disaster. You know what I'm saying? So when it's saying in our calamity, you know what I'm saying, y'all still kill, you know what I'm saying? We at the bottom of everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have nothing because of integration. Y'all have everything. You know what I'm saying? We scared to build our own communities, our own businesses and everything, and y'all still kill us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We could do everything, play everything by the book, and y'all still kill us.
Right. Like it's no, they don't look at us. They look at us. They look at us like we are nothing. When the Most High put us above these other nations, but to them, we dealing with a wicked nation. They say, but the Most High said it best. The Most High said it best about His chosen ones. Acts 7:6.
The book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 6. And God spake on the wise that his seed should sojourn in the strange land, and that they should bring them into bondage and entreat them evil for 400 years.
And if this right here was being read in the Christian church, a lot of things I know that this will bring about some change, because a lot of people will want to know, why would God say something like this? Because it'll be somebody that it will spark their interest and they would want to go on further. They would want to go more into depth. And this will bring about some change. But, in these churches, they just talk about prosperity. Our black leaders, they all for self. They all for, keeping a certain look in the eye of the oppressor. But I'm going to end with this right here. And I'm going to say this right here is for these officers that killed Tyler Nichols. These are some precepts for them. Let me get Proverbs 11:21. And
Book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Yeah, the seed of the righteous is going to be delivered. We're going to be delivered. So all of y'all police officers that out there doing wicked and bringing mayhem on God's chosen people, God going to deliver us. But y'all going to get dealt with. Y'all going to get dealt with. Let me get Isaiah 3:11.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 11. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him.
That's right. You're going to get the reward of your hands. Just like you killing by your hands, you're going to get the reward of your hands. Let me get Lamentations chapter 3, verse 64.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 64. Render unto them a recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands.
There you go. You got to get it. You got to get it. Because you're killing by your hands, you're using your hands as a weapon. So, you heard that saying before, what goes around comes around. And we're going to close out with Colossians 3:25. You heard that saying before, what goes around comes around. So, how they say you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
See 3:25?
Kind of come.
It's the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he had done, and there is no respect of persons.
Yes, there's no respect of persons. Because whatsoever man sow, so shall he reap. And like I say, y'all police officers, I don't know how y'all can live with yourself doing what y'all do. Even for the ones that even not out there that have committed crimes, you still partake being a police officer. You still affiliated by being on the force. And, you don't have no remorse for your peoples. You don't have none whatsoever. So with that being said, I'm going to salute the brothers. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat Rakatham. To the sisters, Yahweh Shemar, El Atham, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Class dismissed.